Hello, 1 week from tonight, probably at around this time, we will know who's to be crowned King of the Crucible for this year. Until then, it's wall-to-wall effort and a relentless playing schedule that lies ahead of those who remain in this year's Betfred World Championship. Now, this was the state of the remaining second round matches as play got underway today. 4 quarter-final slots to be filled. And it looked as though Shaun Murphy, Judd Trump, Neil Robertson, Ronnie O'Sullivan were very much the favourites to do so. Healthy leads in their matches. And this is the one we're going to see first. Ronnie O'Sullivan needs only 1 frame more to defeat Welshman Matthew Stevens. When they came back tonight, Stevens could hardly bend down to take a shot. He had injured his neck, but despite that, was still able to take the opening frame of the session. So could he summon similar resistance now in frame 18?
Where's the blue ball going?
Foul. Michael Stevens 5.
It's a little unlucky to knock that in. But I agree with you, Dennis. When he's got to stretch for a shot, Matthew, he might have a problem with his alignment.
1. The sweet takers away, please.
He's played this nicely, but he's just gone close to the cushion. OK, this red just above the black, this is the one he played for, but he didn't want to be this close to the cushion. Makes it missable. Oh, but good clean pot. Nicely played.
4.
I think he played for reds to the left of the pink there, but he's overhit it slightly, so he's got this red on the right-hand side of the table. But Stevens said, Dennis, and it could be true, but because of his discomfort, maybe there's another red that goes. It just take his mind off the pressure of playing in the Crucible Theatre. But he's not right, isn't Matthew? That's obvious.
Well, I know I hate to say it, but he is struggling out there, so I think he would probably sit in the seat and hope that maybe Ronnie could win a match-winning break here, because he is struggling.
What?
He has looked in terrific form throughout this match. You know, he's made 3 centuries and quite a few other frame-winning breaks. 92% for the tournament. That's pretty good. But this is where he's very impressive as well, Ronnie, with his safety success rate.
8.
Played a deep screw there with his right-hand side, but
15.
Just didn't get into the cue ball enough. And the right-hand side threw it wide, and that's why he's not on the bottom red above the black, so red to the far corner. Beautifully played. Beautifully played.
And what a camera angle, right down Ronnie's arm there with that last shot. It was as if you played the pot yourself.
23. 24.
And one good split here, and he could give himself a great chance to clinch the match. And he played that so well. A lovely little stun shot, John. He didn't crash into them with screw. He stunned it, controlled it beautifully.
Absolutely, and he didn't have to hit it as hard. You see a lot of players really going into him. Then he catch one ball from in the face and they don't move, but he caught the perfect red half ball, nudged the other one out.
32.
And he needs to get to 72, which equates to another 40 points to get through to the quarter-final. But yeah,
59.
I mean, we all know the most natural player we've ever seen. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that. Just one or two signs in this tournament that he's not completely focused.
Yeah, I think the worst one was when he played a fabulous positional shot with his left hand and got on a red, and he missed the red, and he really was annoyed with himself. But I'll tell you what, he could have snapped the old cue there. But other than that, he's been awesome.
48.
And as you said when we did the interview with Jason Dennison, it's true, he hasn't been like that for the last couple of seasons, and that's why
55.
he's been getting such consistent performances. It'll be interesting to see what happens now, because these quarter-final lineups are really, really strong.
56.
There's only one player out of the top 8 that's not going to be in them. And of course we know that's Mark Selby. And Anthony McGill is a little bit of a dark horse as well.
I was going to say, what a replacement from the world #1 and defending champion. I was chatting to Anthony with his dad
64.
up in the sponsors lounge, and he's a very quiet, unassuming lad, but he smiles away when you're just talking to him. A cracking lad.
'69.
And in the meantime, Ronnie's going about his business in fine style. Just this red, and that's the
70.
frame and match winner. So Matthew Stevens, good to see him back at the Crucible, and good to see him playing well, as he did against Mark Williams in the first round. But you've really got to be on your game to beat someone like Ronnie O'Sullivan. OK, the red's not in, but there'll be a handshake coming now.
77.
And Ronnie O'Sullivan has comfortably run out a winner here. Shame for Matthew, wasn't able to produce anything in that session. Ronnie waits for the crowd. He's through to the quarter-final. And what a quarter-final lineup we're going to have. Well played, Matthew Stevens. And we hope the next not too bad. But Ronnie O'Sullivan, the favourite coming into the tournament, is through to the quarter-final to face Stuart Bingham.
Matthew started off really well, 2-0 up, and then I played quite well in the first session, to be fair. It's probably the best I played all tournament. So to go in 5-3 was good from being 2-0 down. Would have liked to have been 6-2, but I thought, I'd have settled for that. And then I was really G'd up for the second session, and it was so important to stay mentally right to make it tougher for my opponent if he was to get the victory. And tonight was obviously just sort of a massive ask for Matthew, 12-4. Unlikely he was going to win 9 frames, and then before the game he couldn't even get down to play a shot. His neck was so bad. So I suppose for Matthew, pleased just to get it over and done with in the end, because he was kind of in a lot of discomfort.
He was indeed, and we wish him well, obviously. But Ronnie through to a 17th Career Crucible quarter-final in pursuit of a 6th world title. Now, as for this match, Neil Robertson with a little more to do than Ronnie. He was 11 frames to 5 up as they resumed against Ali Carter. Now, don't forget that 5 years ago, the shoe was firmly on the other foot here, because Neil Robertson found himself in exactly this situation 5-11 down and fashioned the most stunning comeback to beat Martin Gould and then go on to win the title. He knows that stranger things have happened, so he was aiming to shut the door quickly and decisively on a man who's reached 2 Crucible finals in the past. We're going to join them in frame 17, and it's the Australian on a break of 14.
$15. $22. $23.
So managed to negotiate the tricky opening to this break. That in the centre pocket was a really good shot. He's got the balls in prime position now. Or has he? Oh, he's come absolutely dead straight again. Amazing how many times have you played to leave yourself straight? Well, you couldn't do it, could you?
He's worried here if he screws directly back, he may get the double kiss on the red. If he was going to get the half-ball kiss on the red, he'd play it without a problem. He didn't want to get the double kiss. Well, he tried to pinch a little bit there to make sure he didn't make telling on the red on the cushion.
Yeah, Robertson.
Maybe he should have risked playing the kiss, and hopefully it turned out to be good. Try to pinch the pocket.
One. Six. Seven.
And he works a little bit with Peter Ebdon, who's
13.
just about the strongest mentally sound player that we've got in our game. He never ever gives in, so he'd obviously be telling Ali until he gets to 12, you know, there's no need to worry. Whenever they need 2, there's always a little bit of work to do, but obviously if he gets to 12 very quickly, it'd be almost impossible for Ali to win.
$19.
And there is Peter, watching avidly on the balcony, and good man to have around. There'll be nothing but positivity coming out of his mouth.
Thank you.
£27 points in front now, Ali.
26. I
like to leave an angle on the pink low, so he can just nudge those two reds and put them into potable position. If he finishes straight on the pink, the only thing you can do is hold the spot to get onto a red. Straight, he might get away with it.
27.
Obviously not straight where the cue ball is, so he'll do well to get onto a red now.
Well, two problems with this red.
So
One is
this
it's
one.
very difficult to pot, and the second one, where the pink is, those two reds, it's very difficult to get any position.
He's going to have to try and screw it back, John. And I'm just trying to think, with him being 34 points in front, whether there's any value taking it on, because the pace he's going to have to play it makes it missable. I just didn't see that as the right shot.
No, struggling to
Ali
see the
Carter.
value in that. I could
So
see it
this
if you
way.
dropped it in and then maybe played off the brown and pushed the brown safe, or the coloured ball, colour safe. You know, sometimes you just can't win the frame in one visit.
Yes, if the pink was well in the middle, just roll it in, and then I do fancy to pot the red, but we know how tight these tables are.
One.
Good clean pot. Just trying to decide where's the worst place he can leave it for Ali. Look at the scoreboard, of course. What is he? 23 behind, so he don't want to push any colour safe. Can need all of them with the clearance.
Yeah, being tight on the cushion, it would be very difficult to roll up behind the brown, but that would be a choice he would have made if the white had been off the cushion.
I don't know how much of the black is covering that corner pocket. Maybe he's worried about rolling up behind the green, and then the green doesn't go past the black. He seems to be taking quite a bit of time over it.
Neil Robertson, 1.
Answers on a postcard what he played there. Obviously played to kiss the black half ball. Don't know why it didn't run up to the green or brown. Oh, unlucky. I mean, the jaws have already been there, but that's a little unlucky.
Yeah, that was a remarkable shot Neil played, wasn't it? I mean, he just seemed to outthink himself, didn't he? Kept looking and looking, and in the end didn't make any sort of shot. Another beautiful shot there. Really clean pot, straight in the middle of the pocket. A lot better than it looked. And a great chance to pinch this frame after he played that very poor attempt at a snooker, but he didn't think he'd be coming to the table next shot with a chance of winning the frame.
That's a little unlucky.
6.
Anywhere but there. Either side of the pink, this red would have been pretty easy, because all he has to do is roll it in for the black, but he's now finished hampered by the pink. That could be a lifeline for Ali, because he's not going to pot this 100 out of 100. It's a tough pot now.
Good cueing. I knew full well that the black was available in the baulk area. Okay, it's not over the hole, this. Needs a bit of respect, but it's a natural angle to stun it. A little bit of left-hand side, round the angles, and back for the yellow in the opposite corner. One good shot away. There you go, a little bit of run inside. Ooh. Not quite.
It's all about fractions, this game. If you do it that yellow full ball or gone past it, you would think it would be a certainty to clear and pinch the frame, but potting the yellow is missable, and obviously getting the ideal position on the green is not straightforward. See what I mean about the green.
16.
Perfect on the green. Not too sure the angle he's got whether he can run through the green and miss the kiss on the brown.
Yeah, I think he needed a slightly bigger bounce off the side cushion, didn't he?
Oh, good recovery. He knew he was going to kiss into the brown. Had to make sure he kissed it three-quarter ball rather than full ball.
He's back in prime position, had 2 or 3 shots. Yellow, green and brown, all a little tricky. But he'll be devastated not to clear up from here after he's done all the hard work.
$28.
Ali Carter started with a 33 break, should have been more. Robertson 1 point in front, black ball game. Robertson replied with a 41 clearance, had pinched the frame on the final black, and now he's 1 away from victory. It is now 12-5.
Yes, the Australian has looked awesome at times, you got to say, so far here in Sheffield. He's almost over the line, and believe me, it is worth delaying your bedtime by just a few moments to enjoy frame 18.
Yeah, it was a tough return there. Break-off looked pretty severe. Certainly left him with a problem. He's got to get this. Well, you either get it really thin or thicker and play off the 2 angles, but whatever you do, you can't hit the jaws.
1.
Couldn't cue that any better.
8. Nine. Okay. 16. 17.
Now he's in a perfect position to try and win frame a match at this visit.
$24. $25.
This was the black he played. Now he's dead straight on it, John. What a beautiful shot.
Yeah, and he played at a gorgeous pace just to get that cannon promoted towards the corner. And as they say, the rest is history. He's been, well, flawless with the cue ball since in this break. And he knows, like everybody else does, Willie Competitor, he just wants to get this match over with.
And have an early night.
Yeah, take the least amount of effort out of yourself.
I mean, obviously, Mark Selby, the world champion, is going out, John. But can you ever remember a quarter-final lineup that's going to be so strong?
Take some beating, wouldn't it? As you say, it would only be Mark Selby, who most people would have thought would come through. But Anthony McGill, well, he's been fantastic in this event so far.
32.
And he might not be finished yet.
I agree. He's got a nice angle on the pink here. Played lots of topspin. The red on the left of the pack will pot, but he will open a couple more here. Yes, that's nice. Topspin brought the reds into play, pushed the red over the corner that he's already on.
Yes, there's been
38.
some wonderful performances already at the Crucible this year. And we've got some great players to watch. You know, not even halfway there, getting down to the quarter-final stages. But I tell you what, Willie, this fella's going to take some beating.
39.
He's very, very determined, and he said in his pre-match press conferences he's worked harder this year than ever before. And I think the standard is so good you can't come to the Crucible unprepared.
Yeah, you know, like any other sport, you need a little bit of luck as well and things to go your way. But if you put all the effort and the work in, you will get rewards for that.
Mr. Black in the previous frame trying to avoid the kiss on the red on the cushion. That time he avoided it nicely. And if he gets the full ball kiss on the pink, an excellent chance.
And this break building is of the highest quality, isn't it? Beautiful shot this. Reverse side through the gap. He knew full well any cannon there. Very unfortunate not to be on one.
Okay. 47.
A little unlucky there. Decided to play the cannon there, which would have been a frame and match winner normally, but as you can see, his finish hampered. Red in the middle as his alternative.
$55.
And now, John, it should be relatively straightforward to the line.
Yeah, this is really top-class stuff. Almost surgical in its
62.
performance this break. Cue ball's immaculate.
63.
And this tournament really is bubbling up nicely. We've got a treat over the next week, that's for sure.
Just this red needed then to win frame and match, and then he can concentrate on another century.
Century 1.
Yes, Ali Carter sitting there. What you can do, it's just brilliant to see you, pal, back in the Crucible. All the players are delighted to see you here after all your trials and tribulations.
78.
And just to come back and play as well as you have done this year is fabulous.
Absolutely seconded, John. I'm sure all the players in the
69.
game would second that. Neil Robertson, as we mentioned, 103 centuries last year, 55 and counting this year.
86. 87.
He's already made 6 centuries in this tournament. 143 is the highest break that he holds as well. The break machine, isn't
94.
Flick the other red out here. Just played to make
95.
the century, didn't he? Could have played the flick out there. I'm sure he would have done in practice.
There's obviously many ways you want to win a match, but to win a match with a century is absolutely first class. He's very disappointed that he's finished 30 straight on this red and may have to play for the black in the middle.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't play that shot before, flick the other red out, because he could get the highest break here, couldn't he? Still could, of course, but it's a lot more difficult now.
103.
I suppose the fact that he's left-handed, should the black go in, it makes the red a little easier, doesn't it? Oh, that's remarkable. That is remarkable. One of the shots of the championship so far.
Well, I'll be quiet after that shot. How good was that?
You can't do better than that, John. You literally can't hit a ball better than that. And now he has a chance, as you rightly say, John, to beat his own highest break. Possible 145.
$118.
Isn't that shot just hit to perfection? Screw back on the cue ball, perfect. He's playing
123.
well at his peak at the moment, Neil Robertson.
I mean, this is his 4th century in this match.
$127.
The fact that the pink's just off its spot, may decide to go on and off the black cushion to get onto this, or play for it in the middle. Well, he's played for it in the middle.
132.
We won't see many better positional shots this week than the shot he played on the black in the middle to nudge the red out. Absolutely magnificent. What a way to finish a match. Former world champion Neil Robertson clears with 145. Magnificent break. He beats Ali Carter 13-5 and goes into the quarter-final. Goodbye, Ali Carter. Welcome back. Nice to see you. But Neil Robertson, quite simply, superb.
I knew when I got my chances had to score heavily because his safety's so fantastic. You don't get many opportunities against him. And yeah, you know, the first session 6-2, you know, it was a very good performance for myself. And then, you know, to build that up to 9-3, I think I had pot success around 96-97%. So, you know, if you sort of have those kind of stats with you, then you're always going to be in a very good position. And it was just then about sort of maintaining that kind of lead throughout the session. Obviously, there was a chance to win with a session to spare, which would have been nice. But you know, coming out tonight, you know, 11-5, very, very pleased with that. And you know, obviously nicked the first frame to go, you know, 12-5 to pretty much ends the match. And you know, very pleased with the break I made in the last frame there as well.
Yes, that 145 surpasses Neil's 143 in the opening round as the highest of the championship so far. Now to our next match featuring Judd Trump, who came in here joint second favourite along with Neil Robertson behind O'Sullivan in the betting stakes. And no wonder with the maturity of his play now allied to that explosive break-building prowess. And that prowess had seen him take a 10-6 lead over Marco Fu, the shrewd Cuban from Hong Kong. Well, this afternoon they share the opening 4 frames, but still, it's this man who is on the brink of success, and a quarter-final place may await as we join them in frame 21.
Very good safety shot there from Marco. Perfect length, perfect line.
Yeah, I think we've seen in the last frame, Marco's not just going to give it to him. He's going to have to win it. Judd, he knows that.
That's pretty good. Okay, bit shorter length, but the yellows come in handy. Bit thick, need a bit of luck here, and he hasn't had any. So could this be the chance? The reds are nicely spread. Blue's in the middle of the table, as is the pink. Black in a possible position. And Judd immediately looking to see what would happen if he played for the black. Would the black go on its spot and be tied up? A shake of the head, so obviously not straightforward.
Yeah, I don't think he should be trying to overcomplicate things at this stage. Just start potting balls. Get this frame won.
Decided to play for the pink, although even the pink might get tied up when it's respotted, unless he tries to clear the pink spot. And that's what he's tried to do. And he's done it nicely.
7.
Well, at least he's got the pink available to both middles. Played for the black that time, just under hit it slightly. He's probably a little bit concerned that he might overrun it. And now, of course, he's removed that red. The one that he played to get on the black, the pink available into the left corner.
And this is exactly, when he was sat in his dressing room with that into all this, exactly what he'd be hoping for, to get a chance like this early on in the frame
15.
when the red's in the open.
Well, he can't play for the black now, but it's certainly available into the left corner.
16.
Not certain if the red just above the black is available into the left corner pocket as well. He's overhit this, has he? No, he's okay. He can hold for the black here or even play for the pink. Plenty of options.
22.
And of course the red immediately below the pink is available into the same pocket as the pink.
28.
You may just have a little bit too much angle on this red to just screw back for the pink to the same pocket, yeah. The pink doesn't pop to the right corner, so just has to be a little bit careful with this cannon.
29.
Yeah, that's well played. You'd be disappointed not to win it from here.
35.
Yeah, needs to get to 68, which equates to another 33 points required.
36.
And I'm not certain whether that red just above the black will go, but if he's straight on the pink, he can hold for one of the two reds to the right corner. And could do it comfortably. Could be that Marco Fu will not be playing another shot
42.
in this year's World Championship.
43.
He'll be disappointed, but even though they're best of 25 frames and 3 sessions, the bad start did for him in the end, it appears. Just shows you though, Stephen, doesn't it, the importance of every frame.
49.
You know, even though it's, as we say, it's a long session, you just get that bad start, you're playing catch-up.
50.
Yeah, I always feel like the first session is like laying the foundations for your victory. If you can get a big lead, I'm not saying you can coast to victory, but certainly you can. You're not under as much pressure as your opponent who's always chasing.
So 56 points the lead. 3 reds
56.
still required.
57.
And on paper, at the start of this match, it looked like could be a real test for Judd. Because Marco is a very tough competitor. But he's dealt with him really quite comfortably. So Marco, I don't think he'll be coming back to the table now.
64.
Because just as pink to go 70 points in front with 67 remaining.
Again, having beaten one player from Asia, Marco from Hong Kong, he's going to be playing Asia's best player next, Ding Junhui. What a match that's going to be.
Yeah, the quarter-final lineups look terrific. In fact,
71.
I think there's only one player out of the top 8 that won't be there. And of course, that's the world #1 and defending champion, Mark Selby, who lost to Anthony McGill.
77.
And he's certainly added to this tournament, the young man from Scotland.
$78.
And he's taking these really well, as Judd.
84. $85.
And just looked at that then. It looks as though the red will go to the right corner. Just a little gap for it. He's having a look now, Judd.
92.
Yeah, there's a little gap in between. I don't know whether that distance between the red and the black will make the red possible.
93.
Just looking at Judd's face, but pot the black, Judd, and put the icing on the cake with a century. Well played. Well played. He's come of age for me in this tournament this year.
101.
Had a tendency sometimes to question quite a few shots he's played. He's not had many shots to question here. And his potting has been so clean and precise. Just too strong in this match he's been for Marco Fu in most departments.
$111.
was going to say, when's the naughty snooker going to start? About now. Lovely. Beautiful. Now, what's he got in store on the blue? Well, he's got a good line. What about the length?
20.
So he'll need a good shot on the pink to get on the black, but he can do it. He can do it. He can do it. Look at this. Is this inch perfect or not? Fantastic! What a finish from Judd Trump. Shakes Marco Foon's hand. Marco congratulating warmly. I'm certain and wishing well for the rest of the tournament. Disappointment for Marco Foon, but what a performance from Judd Trump all through the match. Superb he was, and believe me, a major contender for this title. He runs out a 13-8 winner, and he's in the quarter-final to face Ding Junhui.
Yeah, it was a steady game again today. It was a little bit different because I was so far in front. Marco was just started to go for a few, so it's a different mindset for him. He was very relaxed, so it was hard for me today to get over the line, but I played some good stuff again. Yeah, I'm very happy. I feel like my game's been solid the whole tournament so far, so I just need to keep that up. I don't really look at the strengths or weaknesses of my opponents. I just go out, and if I play my game, then I'll end up on top.
And completing our quarter-final lineup today, Joe Perry had to endure a short afternoon session as 2005 champion Shaun Murphy, a vision in red once more, strode confidently across the line against the world number 9. To his great credit, Joe had fought back from 10-1 behind, going 13-5 down in the end. And the reigning Masters champion looks as confident and positive as we've ever seen him. Shaun is yet to be pushed hard here in Sheffield this year. 8th quarter-final in 13 campaigns.
I'm very, very pleased to get through. Joe is a class player, having just won the Tour Finals as well in Bangkok, came here full of confidence. Really like the way he plays, the way he strikes the ball. But I thought he was desperately unlucky in the first session. Pretty much every ball he missed was because of a kick. And there's no question in my mind that the kick has cost him certainly the first session, if not the match. I'm very pleased with the way I'm hitting the ball. I've been practicing very hard. And, you know, the problem with this tournament is that all of that sometimes doesn't matter. Sometimes it's just about coming here and getting through. So I'm pleased to be playing well. It means absolutely nothing for my next game, of course. Another best of 25s in front of me. And I've just got to keep doing the same things, treat the game with respect and hopefully get my chances.
So it's left us with a quarter-final draw that should give us a few fireworks. Will Shaun Murphy curse the prowess of Anthony McGill just as Messrs Maguire and Selby have done? Barry Hawkins and Neil Robertson have both reached the final with contrasting fortunes. Ding Junhui, Judd Trump, a rematch of a classic semi-final here 4 years ago. And Ronnie O'Sullivan and world number 10 Stuart Bingham have history at this stage. Yes, those two met at the quarter-final stage 2 years ago. Now, Snooker Extra follows in about half an hour's time, but it's only a few hours until the quarter-finals themselves get underway. And first up on parade, it's Ding, Trump, Maguire and McGill. And Jason will be on air from 10 o'clock in the morning to see the first of those 3 sessions in the quarterfinals. In fact, every match from here on in has that look and feel of something very special. Hope you'll catch even more of it with us over the next week. Bye for now.